it's especially given or because of the Uranus, it's not that aggressive of a start to expect from them. Exactly. Except for the Khalid.
Superfans prediction showing 74% for the Stampede. Hopefully you guys scan that QR code. Maybe you can kind of rewind, get a chance to win 1,000 diamonds. And yeah, enjoy the show with us here tonight for our last match of day number 2. Now, it is Twisted Minds fielding Sean once again. Might be a different story, might be a different feel. Let's see if that's going to happen here in game number 1.
You mean Nausea?
Oh, sorry, Nausea. Oh my god, where'd that come from? Sorry, I'm sorry.
I get it. We also used to get confused between the two
Sean and Nausea.
when they first debuted, but I was looking at their faces and their... But once you heard their laugh...
Sorry,
I'm over it. Yeah, I used to do the same thing. I used to think, Nausea, Sean, Nausea, Sean.
I'm sorry, guys. I know they know. I told them you guys look alike, man. I'm sorry.
But now Nausea looks like someone else.
What does he look like?
Owl!
What?
Oh my...
So he's the owl with glasses you were saying.
So that's why he says, don't bash
my brother. Exactly.
Okay.
Oh,
okay,
I thought he was
it.
talking about... Yeah, okay.
How'd you guys not see that? You look at the Twisted Minds roster reveal, the photo, people go like, oh, there's 2 Nauseas.
Oh,
I get it.
So it's
no glasses owls.
So it's
basically.
like the 2 Sanjis during the Cebu qualifiers, because Teddy also kind of looked like.
Oh yeah.
And this has 2 Nauseas. We're getting twins in MPL.
Lots of twins actually. So
Hooray!
yeah, we're gonna take a few more seconds before we get into it. Jam-packed here.
Yeah.
In the Victoria Sports Tower right now.
Capacity crowd.
Saturday night.
I mean, where else would you be? Where else? Tell me.
That's a good question.
What is it? What better place to enjoy esports action? All right.
Ooh.
Seth, give me the chop.
Waha!
All right. Let's go into it.
Okay. Interesting. I do recall that there have been instances before where Liquid started to prioritize JP's pick much more often. This being one of it. And that was the time they gradually found their way back. So against this lineup, against the Khalid, it's great. They're able to scout them out. They're not feeling as much of the pressure just yet.
Yeah, he's able to stand under the pressure of the scimitar.
Yeah.
I love that earlier we were talking about maybe some of the JP DNA is gonna rub off on the perks. Eva. On the other, here we have OJJP, and he basically retains the same DNA, and
the OG DNA.
And now on the other side, right? It's on the other side. We have the Khalid being basically denied. From JP.
Hey, is that how I think it is?
What?
Where?
Is that MSC 2019 caster Chin Valdez?
Where?
That
he is here.
Yeah.
Wow.
You work with him in the Kunada Astrid. Oh no, in the Araneta Coliseum.
Araneta Coliseum. Yeah. Welcome to the stage, brother.
That was way back.
I can recognize an old Fanny when I need to.
And he pretty much still plays it. I just saw. So wow, welcome. Got lots of guests here.
See what I tell you, where you gotta be if you want to enjoy esports action.
Yeah.
Oh, Sands at half health. JP pops a revitalized.
Kaloy
in trouble. Kaloy gets taken down. Daddy JP draws first blood.
That last minute or second decision to use the flicker wasn't a very calculated decision that we got to see from Kaloy right there. Handing over first blood. You have to take note that the Zushin, there have been adjustments to this.
Oh, wait. That was an interesting interaction.
What?
Those are Kaloy's former teammates from their campaign in SEA Games 2025.
Oh yeah.
You're right. They know how Kaloy moves then. They have a really good feel. It's very recent as well.
But Kaloy should have known.
Kaloy should know too. Yeah, this is how their mid-duo plays. I should not put myself in this position.
You can tell the aggression as well.
Shucks, you guys.
The painful part is you also burn the flicker, right? So that's going to be a lot of minutes that you're pretty much safe. Tlph knows this.
Here comes Lansu coming through. Phantom Steed here by Carl TZ. Sanford to the rescue just to help confirm. Secured by Liquid.
Okay, Twisted Minds gave up that objective. MP the King was on his way to his purple buff just as Liquid were trying to position themselves. All Lansu could literally do was get some information. And so, Liquid, it'll be an equally easy task for them to just read whatever Twisted Minds is planning. There's a slight advantage towards their side. Twisted Minds are yet to actually do something. Unless Nausea...
That's pretty painful.
Real
look at it.
revelation by Sean. No dice coming in. Liquid not having any of it. Kaloi's in trouble. Gets smacked up. Damage from Daddy JP. Quick Sandguard does not get hit. Pull down. Sanford forward. Flicker. Bravest fighter. No one home.
Okay. Yeah, that was brutal. And I think they are pretty much happy with the space they've created, the space they bought here. Although Sanford, a little bit of unnecessary flicker there. A little bit, just a few milliseconds late, honestly.
Yeah,
he had the right idea.
Khalid moves really fast. Although the quick Sandguard was already down, it won't be that difficult for him to actually move away from the threat of the Landshaker. Now though, there is an upcoming... Or no, that actually... They could have been moving too fast. We have 39 seconds before the next objective. But so far, the fact that JP and Sanji have always been grouping together and taking control of everything. Oh, okay.
MP tried to burst down JP, not having any of it.
Yeah.
That's a little bit of a big ask, right? Usually, at this point, if you want to take out JP, you might need like 2 or 3 more extra hands. So, yeah, nice try here. But Kaloi definitely not having a fun time, just making sure that you can secure these side objectives.
A little bit of a silver lining for Twisted. Yes, they did lose the initial encounter, but at least Liquid isn't crossing the river.
Yeah.
At least they aren't stealing MP's resources.
So they're still agreeing, or they're still abiding by, this is your side, this is my side.
For now.
For now.
All right, there's MP with the Blade of Heptases, ready to pop dudes. If so, it happens. Carl TC securing the orange first. Turtle Dance beginning. It looks like a fair fight. I mean, 50-50 even for Twisted.
It looks like they are crossing the line. Then Sand here. Look at Twisted.
Carl TC calls in Barbiel. And Liquid are pushing him in, but MP still secures the turtle. That's a lot of damage rained down onto Liquid, but they're pushing forward. Kaloi bites it. Not before Sanji goes down. 1-for-1 trade. JP very low. JP still alive. Daiki gets bursted down. Flicker's back. Lansu pushing forward. This is what I miss from a Uranus.
Yep.
He's able to just sandbag a lot of damage and give it back as long as the opponents are willing to fight.
Yeah, he knew exactly who to go for. Sanji was already low enough because of the real-world manipulation. Lansu was the guy to finish things off. And right after taking that kill on to Sanji, he just regrouped with the rest of Twisted Minds, and he literally served his purpose of being someone to just annoy the heck out of Liquid.
Hey.
Oh, speaking of annoying.
Nausea, behave. Out for tier 1.
All right, staying there. Of course, we got Twisted doing a pretty strong work.
Easy, attempting a steal, and he will not get it. Instead, they trade XP for XP.
He does.
MP
Oh, no.
versus Carl. Carl gets money by Lansu. Nausea with the real manipulation, keeping the goat down.
Oh
That's
my
severe
gosh.
punishment coming in from Twisted. Of course, Team Liquid still going to be taking some resources on the top side of the map. That was interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting because now they finally crossed the river, but Twisted Minds, they're ready to fight back. They were able to respond against Carl TZ and Sanford, who were trying to take away that orange buff.
Yeah, they're like border patrol here. Hey, someone's crossing into our land here.
Yeah.
Make sure you make them pay. And pay they did.
It's Twisted Minds
Now
now.
they're in the lead.
Now they are actually 400.
Small lead, but you know, the fact that you clap back from the early aggression of Liquid.
Yeah.
That's saying something. And you got a carry that's basically farming freely because
Yeah.
everyone's just so busy keeping their guard post.
Yep, good comeback for Nausea, making his debut in MPL Philippines C17. Day number 2. MP gets bursted down by a chunk. Last turtle up for grabs. Lansu going for a beeline to the back line. There is the RWM, the answer to the Phantom Steed. CC Immune coming through. JP dealing on passive damage. Nausea very low, but still in the front line. Down goes 40. Kalui underneath. Nausea gets popped by Sanji.
Oh!
Sanji falls. Hit it up for 2-for-1 here. Twisted Minds winning, given that Liquid did push a little too deep.
Yeah, that's a little too deep, losing the San duo in the process.
Yeah, and Twisted Minds, they set up for that objective so well. It's always been a trend that MP the King finds certain members, brings them down to half HP. So Liquid aren't at their full potential whenever there is going to be an objective fight. Fortunately, there has been, once again, a very sharp retribution coming in from Tlph. They took that objective, but yet again, Twisted Minds, the way they positioned themselves and brought Sanford close under that turret actually benefited them so well. But Kaloy, okay, does have the information. Carl looking for another steal.
Whoa! Glorious pathway combo with a Phantom Steed underneath tier 2! Liquid finds Nosha! And they find Kaloy too. Daiki scores 1. Sanji dunks Lansu. Nosha can only do so much given the range, and they take down Sean too. Traded out for the GOAT. Lansu, very low, flickers back out. Sanji can't dunk him. 3 for 1. Massive win for Liquid.
Literally the stampede. Once they start things up, they just keep it going. And now they are going to take that tier 2 turret as well. I initially thought, I just said it, they are going to potentially go for that steal, but it was actually a pickoff. And it wasn't just a pickoff at that. They actually got 2 members from Twisted Minds alongside that turret.
Yeah, lead be damned, says Tlph. When we start the stampede, everyone follows, and they're looking really good.
It's so difficult for Twisted Minds to make the most of the strong lead Lansu has. Because again, as a Uranus, what do you do best? Peel, deal DOT, but it's very slow. And then what else? You can't stop Liquid from getting to Nosha, to getting to Sean.
Yeah.
And then you're not helping MP exactly do his job.
The best he can do is also just catch the bullets from Daiki, but at the very end, it doesn't even matter, right?
Body block, body block.
Body block, body block.
Yeah.
You know, you're blocking bullets, and after what? After that, what?
Hopefully this becomes a better start for Twisted Minds pre-objective, since Lansu's already here, first to actually get some bits of information. But that's the thing, Twisted Minds, I don't think they have any idea where Liquid are going to come from.
That's one thing he gives is good information, but what do you do with that information?
Right. Can you do anything about that information? That's a big question.
This dance is turning lethal. Lord at about half health. JP getting bursted down. Drops that glorious pathway. Crimson Beacon by Sanji. Kaloy at half health as well. Sean with a swipe, but they can't stop the GOAT. Tlph yeets that Lord out. Score for Liquid.
Such a well-coordinated call from Liquid to just go in for the engage, so Twisted Minds are forced to push back just as Tlph and Daiki work on the objective. So they literally were just after the Lord. They didn't want to take on Twisted Minds just yet.
That was a phenomenal showing, and there is basically no opening there for MP to can actually go for the steal. Just exactly Tlph planned.
Yep. Right now they have the Lord. It spawned immediately. So there are still Holy Shields for Twisted Minds, even though their base turret up top's already exposed. And fortunately, they have been able to defend a majority of their turrets for some time now. Okay.
Alright. I don't think they want to get even more here. So it's Lord's gonna fizzle out, but we still got big minions on mid.
Glorious pathway. The answer to the tier 1 take in mid. 40 with the flank. Where are they going? JP gets bursted down. Not enough from MP just yet. And I think, all right, woo, they're able to save that Holy Shield.
Yeah.
What a shame it would be if that Holy Shield popped just cause.
Just because, like, 1 minion, 2 minions, right? So they can keep that defended for a minute and a minute more at this point. So they're going to be happy to take that. Free K goal lead for Tlph. Looking really nasty now in their jungle.
Oh, Crimson Beacon by Sanji. Flickers back out. After the RWM, there is the glorious pathway. Phantom Steed called in. Tlph on his bike. Yeehaw!
Okay. At least for now, Liquid can still afford to do those kinds of engages, I feel. Especially the one we saw previously in that last Lord fight. JP deciding to go in all alone, forcing out a reaction, possibly even the ultimate from Nosha, because he had his Revitalize and Glorious Pathway packed with him still, so he will have a way to get out unless he gets locked down by crowd control. But not until Nosha gets enough damage, already completes or is able to farm up well enough to literally melt the HP of this high loss, then there might be some adjustments needed from Liquid's side.
Is that also the reason why it feels like Liquid is slowing down a little bit on the Stampede?
Yeah.
Or these engages feel like there's a little soft? Maybe a lot more respect for the burst that everything can actually give, the field that Sean can create. It feels like the Stampede, from the initial really big wave, now they're like more calculated.
Yes. Even you mentioned the rework manipulations have been something that makes the job for Sanji a bit more difficult, because you saw it earlier too when Sanji just tried or wanted to go in, literally use the lantern flares onto certain members of Twisted Minds, but the fact that there is the reload manipulation, you just really can't do as you please. Although there are multiple ways for you to get out, there's a flicker, there's a crimson beacon, you'd want to use it offensively most of the time against this lineup, and they don't get to take away that purple buff.
They do. MP did not secure. I mean,
Yeah, Lansu did.
I think it was allowed.
Lansu.
Twisted Minds would have preferred this way.
Yeah.
Because they forced Carl to at least retribution.
At least he didn't get it. You know, a teammate got it.
It went from worse to bad.
Pretty, you want that, but now we have to get ready for this big Lord fight here. They're still juggling this. They have some tools to burst this down. Notion looks confident here.
Oh, Twisted turning this dance into a take. The blitz, Notion scores. Kaloi gets on out of there. The flicker back, so does Lansu. And now Carl DZ on the Phantom Steed. Not much range for him. Liquid just could not react. Twisted Minds stole that away.
I like how the retribution battles have been really tight.
It's back and forth.
Yeah.
I know. And it's amazing to see right now. It feels like there are moments where, are you sure MP the King, you can take it?
Well, it wasn't actually the Retri who got the objective, though.
was
No,
Nausea.
it's Nausea, right.
But you get.
But you
get
can
it.
see
It's a back
both
and
of them are
forth.
really eye to eye on this one. And that's what I like to see. You don't back down from a fight. I like that from Twisted. And for TLPH, it's Carl TZ trying to secure his birthright.
I don't think Liquid was sure Twisted was going to do that. Because 40 was still in the bottom lane when Twisted said go.
Yeah.
So it feels like they were forced to do it
Yep.
at that point.
Yeah, and Lansu, again, doing such a great job at just making sure they have enough space to move around with. Oh, the Phantom Steed got used again.
Yeah, dude, Carl can't take Lansu alone, so this man-to-man wasn't going to lead to much. That's just why Twisted Minds have turned the map blue. Kaloi down to a fourth of his health. Popped a quick sand guard. JP very low. Not enough burst coming in from MP. Lord is taken care of, but wait. Twisted Minds not done with it. They escort a wave in and they get the push.
Oh, they're trying to push in. MP the King. Nice attempt there on Sanji. Almost got him, actually.
Sneaky Carl committed Grand Theft Purple, but he will not get the push in mid. So at least
Yeah.
Liquid able to equalize.
Yeah, somehow. Liquiders are leading by 1 turret, because they got the tier 1 in mid for against or off of Twisted Minds. But MP the King, so far in this game, this is the version you get when there's little to no disturbance in terms of his jungling, in terms of his farming. And the entries that he does since like the first minute of the game have made things a lot more difficult for Daiki, have made things a lot more difficult for Sanji. JP, yes, he's in front of everyone, but MP the King, he's not someone you get to easily spot.
Big conceal!
By JP, plus a Crimson Beacon. Where are you going? What's the answer? The RWM from Sean, trying his best, but it's not going to save Nausea. Carl finds Nausea. And now underneath tier 2 in mid, he gets a slam on the Kaloi. Daiki gets him. Shot falls, so does MP. Daiki gets a double. Where's the recalls, young gun?
Oh my goodness, that Lance Shaker coming in clutch from Sanford, stunning 3 members of Twisted Minds who were trying to run
There
away.
it is!
Oh my god!
There it is! The
He's doing
big
it.
horse flexing
Oh man,
And
look
they're-
at that.
inside the base. I don't think Lancer can defend. Glory's pathway plus the lantern flare. In comes Carl and the rest of Liquid as they take game number 1.
Excellent take here. Team Liquid Philippines very much in form for game 1. They took Twisted by surprise in that last one. Didn't see it coming.
Twisted